Bipolar, another video where I'm looking at myself. Not easy. I'll get over that. Got a slight cut on my nose. Looks like I've got a big bad spot. Need a shave. I'm knackered. Tired. Bit wired. Not overly wired. Worn myself out at work today, which is good. I realised with the last video when I uploaded it before I watched it, but that was what it was. I think there was a few things that I'd not spoken about in there which have been really important to me, and they are very important things. To keep myself reasonably level, they've been lax lately. I keep to reasonably rigid sleep patterns. I keep to reasonably rigid eating patterns to when I eat, roughly what I eat. Saturdays and Sundays, it kind of isn't quite the same because I'm not at work, but my body's used to that. It's known as circadian rhythms. So yeah, it's very important to eat well, eat healthy. I don't know if anyone's watching this, but if you're looking at my YouTube channel and watching this and you're looking at the other videos, you'll see that I grow a lot of our own food, all fresh, no chemicals. Well, you know, no man-made chemicals, nothing like that. I don't use anything. If I make a liquid feed, I make my own. Anyway, so yeah, I'm rambling a bit again as usual. What's my biggest help, I would say, is keeping my sleep as close to 6.5, 7 hours as possible. 8 hours is ideal. 7 hours is fine. Keep my sleep not only the same amount of hours, but the same kind of time. To get to where I am, I was going to sleep about 10:30, 11 o'clock at the latest. Sometimes 10 o'clock. Usually I'm up about 6:15, sometimes 6:30 in the morning. Gives me time alone in the morning. I can sit, I can read, I can write my blog, I can go on YouTube, watch stuff on whatever it is, usually stuff I'm obsessing about at the time. But yeah, almost every day, 6:15, 6 o'clock, 6:30, somewhere about that time, I'm getting up. Breakfast, 7:15, 7, near enough every day, all bar Saturdays and Sundays. Things change a little bit then because I kind of, if I've not slept well during the week, I kind of let myself catch up on it a bit. God, I feel like I'm just talking absolute shite. Fuck knows, maybe I am. But yeah, if you've got bipolar and you want to find a way to recovery, yeah, keep really healthy circadian rhythms. Keep them strict. It's bloody boring to start with, and it feels crap. The other thing is what they call good bedroom hygiene. You know, not having shitloads of stuff in your bedroom. We don't have a TV in our bedroom. I do watch stuff on YouTube in bed. Quite often we're in bed at about 9 o'clock. I'm either reading stuff. I've got a huge pile of books all beside the bed here. Various things from permaculture to mental health to spirituality to magazines about permaculture. So yeah, there's always stuff to read, always stuff that interests me, just sitting there ready to grab and read. Reading actually before bed is really good for me rather than watching stuff. The other thing which keeps me reasonably good is I don't really drink alcohol. I do drink coffee. I have had a coffee tonight, which is very unusual. I usually have a coffee in the morning, proper coffee, And that's one of the things that kind of goes hand in hand with taking my meds. I take my meds when I have a cup of coffee in the morning, because I've forgotten before to take them, purely because, my rigid set patterns have been thrown out of the window a bit. Um, so yeah, I don't drink alcohol. I don't do any illegal drugs. Not anymore. I have done in the past. There's not much that I haven't done. I'm not ashamed to say that. Too many people want everyone to believe that they don't do anything and they've not done anything. Well, quite often they're talking bollocks. Most people try some stuff. But yeah, for me to get to this level, good sleep, eating healthy, not eating much crap. I do eat sweets when I feel like I need the energy, and that's a catch-22. That's one of my markers that my mood's changing. I have slightly elevated energy. I crave sugar. I notice my sleep slips a little bit, and I kind of trick myself into thinking, well, that's not so bad, you can catch up. And when I notice those things now, I really try hard to nip them in the bud. It's so easy to get caught up in it, and all of a sudden, and then I don't give a fuck about anything. That's the truth. I just don't give a fuck when I get to that level. But I do at the moment, and I don't want to get there. So yeah, I've talked shit for nearly 7 minutes, so I'm probably gonna stop in a minute. But yeah, if you're looking into bipolar and you're looking into recovery, get your circadian rhythms really rigid and really strict. People go on about dope, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are, being good for bipolar and good for depression and so on. Don't bother with it. Don't drink. It's boring as fuck. But if you want to be well, you've got to do it. You've got to do the work. You've got to put up with stuff, and it's good for your mind too to go without some things. Those cravings when you think you've done well. I mean, I've been on bipolar groups online, and what generally happens is people feel shit during the week, so they decide they need a treat. So they will do something or get pissed at the weekend because they've had a shit week, or they feel okay and they deserve a treat. Then what happens is Monday, Tuesday, few days, two days after drinking or whatever, feeling crap again. By the end of the week, they start to feel okay again. Got to break those habits. Go a weekend without any of that stuff, without drinking, even if it means you're cutting coffee out. Just persevere with it. Really persevere with it. Even if you need to have a diary or a book with you, and you've got stuff wrote down in that book, like don't do this, don't do that, and write some reasons why not to do it. I'm always telling people to write stuff down when they're feeling shit or when they're feeling okay. When I've talked to people, I said write down, all the good things you can think of, and when you're feeling crap, at least you've got a record of it. I blog. I occasionally look back through my blog. Some of it really shocks me, but I've got to where I am. I know most of my markers now, most of my triggers, most of my sort of warning signs and stuff. My wife actually has a word she uses when she notices that my mood is elevating or changing. Just a code word, really. It doesn't always work. Sometimes I just laugh. But then I do think about it. So that's another thing. If you're living with a partner or even a parent, talk it through while you're reasonably level about having a code word. I can't remember what ours is. Orange flag, I think, because orange before red. So it's like raising a flag, orange flag. You're going to the red level soon. Just to keep an eye on things. Talk shit. No fucker's gonna watch this, I'm sure. Anyway, that is what it is.